Hello folks, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be making some crispy, juicy chicken thighs. The best part about chicken thighs is that they're usually tastier and juicier than regular boneless, skinless chicken breast. Also, as an added bonus, they're usually a lot cheaper, and you can find them at your local grocery store on sale, and you can buy them in bulk. So these chicken thighs, as you see here, are bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. And to make this recipe, we're just gonna take the bone out, but we're gonna leave the skin on, and that skin is gonna crisp up in the oven and get really crunchy, and it's gonna be delicious. With that being said, I'm gonna take you through the ingredients now. All you're going to need for this recipe is some bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs, some salt, some black pepper, some garlic, and some rosemary, basil, and thyme. And if you don't have rosemary, basil, and thyme, that's okay. You can just use some store-bought Italian seasoning. The first thing you're going to want to do is take the bones out of the chicken thighs. Now, this isn't overly difficult, but it will take some practice in order to get good. So if you just look on the back side of your chicken breast, you'll see the bone here, your chicken thigh. You'll see your bone here right down the middle. And all you want to do is take a sharp knife and cut on each side of the chicken, just alleviating that bone of the meat. And again, you want to go very slow and be very careful so you don't cut yourself or cut off any extra meat that you don't need to. Once you have that bone pretty much completely free, you'll be able to feel a bit of fat and where that bone connects to down here. You just want to cut that right out. And then you take out your bone, and then you just want to feel around, make sure that you got all of the cartilage and all the fat and that bone out. And again, there's no rush. Take your time, and you should be able to do it fairly easily. And what you're going to be left with is a boneless, skin-on chicken thigh. Now, once you have the bones taken out of your chicken thighs, you're going to be left with these boneless, skin-on thighs. And it's now time for the most important part of this whole recipe, which is ensuring that your chicken is very dry, especially the skin on top of the chicken thighs. You want it to be very dry before you put it in the oven, because if it's wet or there's kind of leftover water or moisture on the chicken, for example, if you let these defrost but they weren't completely defrosted yet, or there's just a little bit of water left, that water is going to prevent the skin on top from getting very crispy, and then you're going to be left with, they'll still taste good, but you'll be left with like this not very nice texture on the skin, kind of more so like a rotisserie chicken, which, you know, does taste good, but it's just not what we're going for here. We want very crispy skin, and then underneath that skin for the chicken to be nice and juicy. So what I like to do is just take a piece of paper towel and just make sure you press down on each of the thighs and get them as dry as possible. Now, once you've patted down the tops of the chicken, you want to make sure you go ahead and also get the bottom as well. This is really a texture thing, which is extremely important to this dish. Now, once you have your chicken thighs dried out with a piece of paper towel, go ahead and preheat your oven to about 400 degrees. Once you have the thighs dried out, you want to add all of your seasoning. So pretty basic here. As mentioned already, we're just going with a generous amount of salt. Make sure to season each one individually. And we're going ahead and starting with the bottoms of the thighs here. You're going to want to salt and season the bottoms and the top of the chicken where the skin is too. Once you have this side coated in your seasonings, you're going to want to flip them over. Now you just want to season the top. All that's left to do now is take the chicken thighs and put them on a baking sheet, put them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 25 to 35 minutes, or until the internal temperature of the chicken thighs is 165 degrees or greater. Now the chicken thighs are all done. They took about 20 or 23 minutes in the oven in total, and you can already kind of tell how crispy that skin is on top, which is what we're looking for. You would not have this same amount of crispiness if you didn't completely dry off the chicken, so that's why it's so important. Now we'll try to cut one open and see how they taste. You can see it's pretty thin, but you can see a lot of the juice is coming out of the chicken already. Cheers. It's really good. The seasonings work really well on these chicken thighs. Keep in mind, this is just a base dish. You can easily put a sauce on here or glaze on these after you take them out of the oven. You can mix up the spices. You can add some different spices, maybe make them like spicy chicken thighs, or do like a barbecue rub or something on them. It'll also be delicious. But I have to say, these taste very, very good, and they're very juicy and very crispy. Thanks for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Like this video, leave a comment down below. Feel free to leave some other recipe ideas for me to try. And if you did try this recipe, let me know how it was. Let me know if you enjoyed it. And as always, keep cooking.